So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are going to be continuing with the Trading Every Player rebuild series, and today we have the Miami Heat. I'm sure we all know that the Heat are one of those teams that may not have the most talented looking roster, but at the end of the year, seemingly every year, they are always in the mix. So this is an absolute contender right here. Our goal today is we're going to go ahead and trade away every single player on this team, and then hopefully bring the Heat a championship. And finally, as always, let me know any other video ideas you guys do have down below in the comment section. I've been looking to kind of get into a third series. Right now, we're kind of bouncing back and forth between the Trading Every Player rebuilds and some throwback historic rebuilds. So anything else kind of jumps into your head, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. So yeah, I've been enjoying these quite a bit. It seems like you guys have been as well. Let's get into this one. All right, so I want to start off this rebuild by answering a question that's been getting asked more and more recently. And that question is, why don't you just turn off untouchables? You can trade for more players, maybe spice up some of the guys who you get. And I agree. I think that's great, except for the fact that untouchables have always been off in these rebuilds. I'll just show you guys, just for example, right here. You can see we're currently controlling the Miami Heat. What I'm going to do is go down here, and then I'm going to go all the way, oops, wrong button, to team selection. I'm going to select every single team. And then what I'm going to do is go over to the trading block. You can see untouchables is empty for the 76ers. I mean, we can scroll through all these teams. There's nobody on here. And as far as I know, as far as I've been aware, this has always been the case. So, I don't know. I agree. Sometimes I feel like I am getting the same players over and over. But, you know, to be honest with you, I don't have any say of who I start out this rebuild kind of getting. So, I just want to let you guys know that. I'm not trying to get the same players repeatedly. I agree. It's very, very fucking boring. And I don't want you guys to be bored. So I will try to mix it up today a little bit. Go ahead and try to get some other players. But we do have to start this one off by going ahead and making some trades. So we'll start with the best player on this team, Mr. Jimmy Butler himself. He's a 93 overall. He's 34 years old. One of those guys that really just elevates his game to a whole nother level come playoff time. He's a finals guy. I mean, or not finals. He's a playoff guy. That's how he plays his game. He's really good. I don't want to trade him, but we do have 7 offers. So, wow, that would be a surprise right there. I will say right now, just right off the rip, if I get this deal with the Celtics, I'm not doing it. I've gotten this exact trade way too many times now. So if I get that one, I'm not doing it. Just to let you guys know. We'll scroll through here. It'd be interesting if we got LeBron, bring him back to Miami. And stop. We end up with Darius Garland and Isaac Okoro for Jimmy Butler and Josh Richardson. Now, Darius Garland is no LeBron James, but he does progress very well. I think this is actually a really good first trade for us. So, sucks losing Jimmy. He would have been great. I want to do a rebuild around Jimmy again soon. I know I've done a few, but he's definitely somebody I wouldn't mind seeing getting a ring in real life as well. So, we have 23 offers here for Mr. Bam Adebayo. Let's see some of these. Actually, well, maybe I won't see. Some of you guys will, and we'll stop right now. And we end up with Domantas Sabonis. So an interesting trade here with the Sacramento Kings. We have Bam Adebayo, basically a straight swap. I mean, we do get a first-round pick as well, but there definitely could be worse deals. So this is actually a pretty good start to this rebuild so far. I can definitely live with a lot of these trades that I'm seeing so far. And then I'm actually going to do something a little smart here. I'm going to include Jaime Jaquez Jr. in the deal with Tyler Hero, maybe just pick up a little bit of a better return. We will see. So keep scrolling here and stop. And it is Jamal Murray and Christian Brown for Tyler Hero, Jaime Jaquez Jr. in a 2024 second-round pick. This feels like a tremendous start, maybe the best start we've had so far to one of these rebuilds here. Now, we do have 2 point guards with Jamal Murray and Darius Garland, but we'll figure that out. Now it is time to hopefully go ahead and find some other pieces here that can maybe make this team a contender, or a serious contender anyways. So I'll do Duncan Robinson, and I'll throw Kevin Love in this deal as well. I think we still need some wings, if my memory's correct. I don't know. 3, 2, 1, and we're actually going to go one to the left this time. And that is Victor, oh my God. Or it would have been Zach Collins, Charles Bassett. Well, it's not a great trade. I mean, Duncan Robinson, I think, is probably the most valuable player in that deal. Kind of sucks. It is what it is. Kyle Lowry and Caleb Martin are going to be next. We have only 8 trade offers here. I'm hoping we can get something that's at least a little bit decent. And now we will stop. And that is Mike Conley and Kyle Anderson. Not actually terrible. I mean, at least we didn't have to give up like a first-round pick or anything. It's not my favorite trade in the world, but I can live with it. So let's see. Out of the players that were not here to start off this video, I think Haywood Highsmith. Victor Oladipo is technically... No. What team is... Did we get him in a trade? I know he was in Miami, but I think he left. Did we not get him in a deal? No, we did with the Rockets. That's what I'm saying. So Victor Oladipo was, you know, in Miami last year. Okay, that's where I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, I didn't think Victor Oladipo was still on the Heat. So he can stay. Haywood Highsmith and Thomas Bryant are going to be the next two players that we move here. Eyes are closed and stop one to the right this time. That is Sam Hauser and Luke Cornett from the Celtics, or it would have been Ty Jerome. I actually can't take Josh Richardson back, but this is a good deal here with the Celtics. Sam Hauser is an absolute sniper from beyond the arc. Then Luke, 7 foot for nothing. Cornett is not really going to play for me if I had to guess. Continuing on here, Nikola Jovic is here, and then I think Drew Smith and Orlando Robinson should be kind of the final guys. I don't worry about the players that are on two-way deals, so I'm actually going to do Drew Smith and Robinson by themselves. I probably should have included Jovic with a bigger name, probably could have got a better return. That's a fuck-up on my part. And Bruno Fernando, welcome to the team. All right, so I think Jovic should be the last player that was originally on this roster, if my memory is correct. I don't think we're missing anybody, so let's just see what we can get here for Mr. Nikola Jovic. He does have 2 stars in trade value. Now, that contract is, fairly small, so there's not going to be tremendous, but we'll see. Stop. Jordan Goodwin in a second. That's pretty shitty. All right, man, so let's just go through this one more time. We are definitely going to have to move some positions around. That kind of goes without being said. But honestly, I think this team is in a relatively good spot. Now, something else, I'm sure many of you already know this, is I cannot make any other trades after I trade away the entire roster before year 1. So what we have here is what we have to live with. I'm going to move around some positions, and I'll see you guys at the rotation. After what I would consider maybe one of the best starts to a trading every player rebuild, I think we're ready for year 1. I went ahead and moved around some positions. Really shouldn't be many surprises, I would say, on this team, how the rotation kind of shook out. Darius Garland's going to be our point guard. Jamal Murray's going to be playing next to him. Now, maybe they are both more traditional point guards, but I don't think it's the end of the world having Jamal Murray at the 2. I really don't. I'm going to start Okoro here at the 3. I still think there's maybe a little bit of unlocked or not unlocked potential in there. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that he's better than Christian Brown because I just don't think he is, but I think there's still a little bit of something there. So we're going to see. That's what the game wants as well. We'll find out if it's the right decision at the end of the day, but we're going to go with it. Okoro will start here at the 3. Anderson at the 4, and then Domantas Sabonis will be our starting 5. Mike Conley's going to be our 6th man off the bench. Christian Brown follows him. Jeff Green is actually our backup center, funny enough. I have no interest in playing Luke Cornett, literally in any situation, so I'm not going to do it. Victor Oladipo is the backup shooting guard, and then Sam Hauser I technically moved to the 4. It's not that big of a deal. The dude's a sniper from beyond the arc. I want to get him some minutes. And his defense has gotten better, I will say. But yeah, I mean, this team is interesting. I mean, there's no Jimmy Butler here anymore. There's no Bam Adebayo here anymore. But the new big 3 of Darius Garland, Jamal Murray, and Domantas Sabonis is pretty damn good itself. So I'm excited. I think this could be a fun season. And I hope it is. I'll see you guys at the end of year 1 here in Miami. Year 1 in Miami was not what I imagined. I thought this team was maybe going to be pretty good. I was not correct in that assessment. We were 30-52, which is just, it's bad. I mean, there's no really way to kind of spin that into a good thing. We suck. It is what it is. Something else to remember, I know I mention this all the time, I'll just talk as I scroll through these awards because they're always the same, is that we don't have our first round pick, I don't think, this year. Or maybe we do, but I don't turn off previously traded draft picks. So if the Miami Heat don't have their first, then we don't have it in this situation either. So just something to keep in the back of your head, as we are the 11 seed here in the Eastern Conference. I almost wish we were worse, but we'll find out where we're going to land if we do have our first round pick in just a moment. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Jamal Murray was our leading scorer. Darius Garland followed him. Sabonis, I mean, as kind of, holy shit. 18, 14, and 7. 53% from the field. What? God damn. Kyle Anderson, Mike Conley, Oladipo. What I think this team needs, I think we just need a little bit more defense. I really do. You know, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler are both tremendous defensive players. Kyle Lowry can even play some defense. Like, this team doesn't really have that defensive spark that they once did. So that is something I will be focusing on this offseason. Let's sim through these playoffs real quick, see what ends up happening. It is a Cavs and a Suns finals. You have Kevin Durant. I guess I forgot we traded Jimmy Butler there. So, yeah, is Jimmy going to get a ring? He is. They sweep the Phoenix Suns, and Jimmy Butler gets a finals MVP. Good for you, Jimmy. I would not, the Celtics fan in me wants to see, you know, Jason Tatum, the rest of my guys get one before Jimmy and the Heat do, but the basketball fan in me wants to see Jimmy get one at some point. It really does. LeBron ends up retiring, so I guess I'm happy that we maybe didn't get that trade from the Lakers. It was cool, I guess, to see LeBron in the trade finder, but it is what it is. Popovich also calls it a career. 1 year with Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs is enough for him. LeBron enters the Hall of Fame. Oh, big surprise. Jersey retirements. Draft lottery. Do we have our draft pick? Okay, maybe we do. Maybe that's just, I didn't know that for a fact, but I'm happy that we do. So it's currently projected at number 7 right now. Let's see where it ends up landing. This could be big for us. And it falls to 8. Of course it does. I mean, the 8th overall pick is not the worst thing in the world. Eric Spoelstra is still one of, if not the best head coach in all of basketball, so he will be staying. And yeah, I mean, there's some different avenues we can kind of explore with this 8th overall pick. We clearly have our big three kind of cut out right now, so if we want to make kind of a bigger deal, we're going to have to find something. The other problem with that is I'm not trading any of these 3 players, and it seems like everybody else is pretty much just expired. So I might be using that 8th overall pick and maybe moving up. I have no idea yet. So the Pistons currently hold the 4th overall selection. We have number 8. I'd like to make a deal and see if we can move up. I was also able to realize that we do have the 1st overall pick in round 2. Not that that's super valuable or anything, but it is another trade piece because we don't have a lot of them right now. As I mentioned, pretty much everybody here is expired, so kind of tricky. I mean, in terms of who we could throw in, like Bruno Fernando, if there's any interest there. I think there was maybe one other player down here that hadn't expired. And that was Mohamed Gai, who we think we picked up in one of the deals. So I do have to be careful because, you know, there's not a lot here to deal with. So if they're not going to take that, maybe I try to go to 5. I mean, again, I don't want to drop too low. I mean, in terms of, you know, moving up and then moving back. But, like, I do want to move up. So who has number 5? That is going to be the Orlando Magic, and they take that. All right, so we move up 3 spots. We give up a couple players we were never going to keep anyways, and that's fine with me. So we need some sort of wing. Isaiah Collier goes 1st overall to the Toronto Raptors. Alexander Sarr out of France, number 2 to the Wizards. Donovan Clingan is now in San Antonio, which means I think, is Ron Holland going to be available for us? There's a trade. Oh my God, Jalen Brunson is a Detroit Piston. What the hell? And Ron Holland goes to New York. All right, he could have been fun for us. It's not the end of the world. I think there's some other guys here, like Matas Buzelis could definitely come in and fit this team, kind of what we were looking for. Now, is he maybe the defensive stud what we're kind of eyeing out for? Probably not, but I think he definitely knocks off a lot of the things that we could fit. He can kind of fit this team really well. So I think it's Matas. I don't know why it says Matt. I think he's going to be my guy here. I really do. So, you know what? I'm going to take Matas Buzelis. Welcome to Miami. I have no idea where he's going to play. I'm sure he could play at either of the positions. 76 overall, that's cool with me. So Brown, Hauser, and Goodwin are all going to be coming back. We still have to make a pretty big trade. Okoro and Hampton are both free agents. Where did I get RJ Hampton from? I'm not really sure. But yeah, we're not just going to let them both leave. Now, we probably are going to be moving on from Isaac Okoro, who wants about $15-16 million. And yeah, I'll re-sign Luke Cornett just to probably trade him. So welcome back, all of you. Very excited about this. Mike Conley and Kyle Anderson are also free agents. I do not want to just let them go. So yeah, I'd like to make sure that I don't just lose them for nothing. So Conley and Anderson, game don't let me bring them back. Looks like it is. Now, these guys are definitely both potentially going to be traded just immediately. I have no idea, but I definitely do not want to let them just leave for nothing. So we get 4 of our free agents back. It is time to make a trade. We've now established that we need some defense. That kind of goes without being said at this point. And Mikal Bridges, NBA Iron Man, good defensive player, I think would fit in this team very, very well. So Mike Conley and Isaac Okoro, 2 players that really didn't fit this team very well. And honestly, I don't think we're really going to benefit us very much moving forward. But Mikal Bridges definitely would. So what else am I going to include? Do you have any interest in Jordan Goodwin potentially? Throw in a trade exception. And then I have some firsts. I do not have my first next year. And then my 2026 is a protection backup. I'm assuming my 2025 has some sort of protection on it. So I have to be somewhat careful with what I give up here, but Bridges is a really good player, and I really do think would fit this team well. So welcome. He is now a member of the Miami Heat. I thought he was listed as a shooting guard, but he was going to play the 3 for me anyways. I'm very excited to have him here. I think Matas Buzelis will be our starting 4, and I think moving forward, let's just figure out. We need some backup guards. Brown will back up Bridges. Sam Hauser could be moved for some sort of backup. I don't know. I think Sam Hauser is good. I would rather probably have somebody else. And yeah, Luke Cornett's getting traded as well. I know I just brought him back. So Sam Hauser, let's see what we got. Some sort of backup guard. Ty Jerome's not a horrible backup point guard option. I think there's maybe somebody a little bit better out there, but I don't really know. I could also just take a first, but I think I'd rather take a player. All right, let's pick up Ty Jerome for a year. It's not a tremendous backup point guard option, but you also have to remember, I'm sure there's going to be some units that maybe Jamal Murray is running the point guard spot. It's not the end of the world having a 75 overall. And then Luke, 7 foot for nothing, Cornett. I have no idea. Peyton Pritchard, I guess we don't really need a point guard at this point, but he could be a fine option. Jose Alvarado, but I'm not giving up a first. So maybe this is one of those deals that I just take back a first round pick because honestly, I'm not using. Actually, do I want Pritchard? I kind of do want Pritchard. All right, you know what? I'm taking Peyton Pritchard. I like Peyton Pritchard. He's a good 3-point shooter. His defense has gotten better. Trust me on that. All right, so now I can go ahead and trade Ty Jerome, who we literally just acquired, which will likely just be for a draft pick because I'm not seeing anything else. So let's go ahead and pick up a first-round pick from, we'll just do this deal here with the Lakers. And now we have to sign some backups. So let's see, what are my options here? Luke Kennard could be a good shooter for us off the bench. Be happy to take a flyer here on Luke Kennard. He's going to back up Jamal Murray. And then the center spot, Montrezl Harrell is probably as good as it's going to get. I can live with that for a year. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. Last year, we won 30 games. We definitely did not exceed expectations. We were shit. I mean, that's just kind of the nice way to put it. This offseason, we went ahead and made a couple moves. We have 2 new starters on this team, and I'm really excited to see how this team kind of fits together. We added a little bit of defense. It's going to be a fun year. Darius Garland's up to a 91 overall. Him and Jamal Murray now in the backcourt together, developing nicely. I think this duo, I almost said tandem. This duo is going to fit well together. I really do think so. Bridges here is going to be our new starting small forward. Matas Buzela is going to be our starting 4. And then Sabonis is our starting 5. So not maybe the best defensive front court, but we'll live with it. Christian Brown is going to be my 6th man off the bench. Kyle Anderson, who we brought back, will follow him. Luke Kennard, we brought in as a shooter off the bench. Peyton Pritchard here as well. And then Montrezl Harrell for 1 year is going to be our backup center. So it's good. The bench isn't tremendous. I think the starting 5 definitely does kind of carry the bulk of the weight in like many situations, but better than 30 wins is almost guaranteed. I'll see you guys at the end of year 2. Instead of 30 and 52, this year we go 52 and 30. It's a quick 180 for you folks, and I'm pretty happy with that. I can live with that. That's a pretty good year over year. I'll take it. SGA is your MVP. Matas Buzelis wins the Rookie of the Year for us. Looks like we made the right draft pick, about 15, 8, and 4. For his rookie season. I like it. Cade Cunningham is now a 6th man. I forgot Jalen Brunson was traded to Detroit, and for some reason, this dysfunctional-ass organization can't figure it out. Nick Claxton's your deep boy. Amen Thompson, most improved. Luka Doncic, clutch player of the year. Nick Nurse, coach of the year. All right. 52 wins clearly gives us a playoff spot. We are the 2 seed here, so we're going to be facing a play-in team in round 1. And, yeah, I'll take it. 52 wins, solid. Here's a look at the numbers on the year. Everything kind of looks like it's going according to plan. Everybody in the starting lineup was 14.5 or more points per game, so that's just great. Rebound, Sabonis. Assist was Darius Garland. So who do we have here in round 1? It is going to be us and the 7-seeded Charlotte Hornets. LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller's at the 2. Lonnie Walker, JT Thor, Mark. Okay, it's nice. It's a good gesture, I guess. Whoa. Okay, that was a little crazy. All right, us and the Pistons here, who made the big draft night trade for Jalen Brunson. They have Cade Cunningham now coming off the bench. Tobias Harris is back in Detroit. I'm pretty sure he started his career here. No, he didn't. It was Milwaukee. He just played a couple years here. I'm fucking stupid. But yeah, I mean, this team is good. They're still young. They're developing. They could maybe beat us. I don't know. I think we're better, but we'll find out. We're 2-2 right now with the Pistons. We lose, and we're down 3-2, and we get bounced. I called them a dysfunctional organization, then they beat us. That sucks. Donovan Mitchell and Jimmy Butler are back in the finals together, but the Thunder get it done this time. And SGA is your finals MVP. Those numbers were insane. All right, so we head into our final offseason before our final season, and we still have some big decisions to make. Do we think this core is currently good enough? I don't know. Let's sit through the draft lottery. Yeah, we have no picks in the lottery. The Celtics have the first pick. That's interesting. A team with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis is back. Okay, interesting. All right, let's head up to the draft right now and see. I don't believe we have our first round pick. We do not. So we're not going to draft anybody, which is okay with me. Buzelis was great for us. I don't know if another rookie would have that kind of effect. Let's see. Free agency here. Free agency. Jamal Murray, free agent. Have to get Jamal Murray back. We do. I would like to maybe work on the bench a little bit right now. I don't know exactly which bench pieces are going to be replaced. I think a new backup center is definitely in order. Maybe a new backup power forward, just because I think we all know that, Kyle Anderson's probably going to regress. And then maybe just everybody a new backup. Besides Christian Brown, there's an argument for it. Oh, man. Oh, these free agents. This just stinks. This is just ugly. All right. Honestly, Mo Bamba wouldn't be a horrible option for it's a 2-year deal, but it's the final year anyways. Other than that, I don't really like any of these options. So Vezenkov, I guess I'll sign you. Could be in a deal. I have no idea. So let's see what we can find. Our first trade is going to come with the Atlanta Hawks, and it is as follows. Kyle Anderson, Sasha Vezenkov, a 2026 first and second. Going to Atlanta for another 2026 first. It's just a swap. And Obi Toppin, really who I was looking forward to in this deal. So welcome to the team, Obi Toppin. He will be the new backup here to Matas Buzelis. I was considering maybe moving him just because maybe there's not enough development, but he had a really good rookie season, and by no means do I think he was the reason that we lost in the playoffs. So I'm going to keep him. Toppin will be his backup there. I'm probably comfortable enough with Mo Bamba backing up Sabonis. He'll be playing 10, 12 minutes a night. Brown is obviously good. Luke Kennard, I have a feeling, is going to maybe regress a little bit. So I would not mind maybe just seeing what sort of backup shooting guards I can maybe get for him. Now, he's only making $3 million, so it's definitely something to keep in mind, but I fucking hate Grayson Allen. Brandon Podziemski here from the Warriors, I think might be a good option. Let's do that. Brandon Podziemski, I'm probably butchering the pronunciation on that. I think he's going to develop a little bit higher. I think it'll be a good pick. And then Peyton Pritchard, I'm fine with, but if I can get a better backup point guard, I'm definitely going to do it. So, do I think Jalen Hood-Schifino is going to progress? Those are pretty good numbers right there. He might actually be a good Monte Morris. I like Monte Morris, but do I think Jalen Hood-Schifino will progress even more? He progresses in this game really kind of weirdly. Jesus Christ, he was... Oh my God. All right, you know what? I'm going with the veteran, Monte Morris. Welcome to the team. I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. Last season, we won 52 games, but did get bounced in the second round of the playoffs. This year, we are looking to go just a little bit further. So the starting 5 does not change at all. Darius Garland, Jamal Murray, Mikal Bridges, Matas Buzelis, and Domantas Sabonis is how 1 through 5 shakes out. The bench unit definitely got a little bit better. Christian Brown will remain our 6th man. Obi Toppin, our new backup power forward. Monte Morris, our new backup point guard. Brandon Podziemski, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, he's going to be the backup here for Jamal Murray, and then Mo Bamba is the backup center. I mean, that's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's 10 minutes a night. Who gives a shit? I'll see you guys at the end of the final regular season. Luka wins his second MVP of the video here at the end of year 3. We have by far our best season yet at 62-20, and we're very, very hopeful right now for our championship. So we'll find out. We will see. Trey Johnson's your rookie of the year in Golden State. Jaden Hardy, 22 off the bench, is ridiculous. Evan Mobley is now a Dallas Maverick somehow. He's your D-boy. Then Collier, most improved. Damian Lillard, clutch player of the year, and Eric Spoelstra does win coach of the year. Pretty much means we have the best record in the league. Let's find out. We're the 1 seed here in the... Oh, wow. Thunder. Still a big pain in the ass. But yeah, I mean, we're tied for the best. I will take it. All right, man. Here's a look at the numbers on the year. I mean, at this point, I think everybody knows kind of their role. Everybody fits into this team pretty well. It's just, can we go out and can we finish the job? So, we're the 1 seed. All right. Who do we have? Philadelphia. Wow, how is Franz Wagner here? And OG Anunoby is not starting. That's insane. This is the biggest pain in the ass 8 seed that I've seen in a long time. But hopefully we beat them. We're up 2-1 right now. We go up 3-1. We close them out. All right, the Pistons beat us last year in this exact same spot. Okay, what the hell is happening right now? Jalen Brunson's gone. Cade Cunningham's gone. But Kyrie Irving is here. Good Lord, this game never fails to amaze me. Dude, talk about the Pistons. They fucking stink. They are just bad in real life. We're tied up 2-2 here with them. We go down 3-2. Oh my fucking God. There's just that fucking dysfunctional ass organization I'm gonna fucking, I can't say that here. Okay, well, that was sad. That's a bad way to end it. I don't know. I mean, I thought this team was good enough, but I guess the Pistons just right up our fucking asses. All right, I'm going to get demonetized if I keep going. But yeah, no, that sucked. I'm sorry, Miami Heat fans. I thought I put together a good team. But yeah, I guess 2K had other plans. So I show you guys all the videos, the good, bad, and the ugly. I do not cover them up. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't go your way. The balls do not fall. I'm going to get that crocheted on a pillow, I think. All right, man. This one was, it was interesting, to say the least. I enjoyed it. So that's it for me. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.